one. Now our mama believe so. We now get another one.
Witness the event. None of them will come and testify anything. That is the truth.
Yes.
Because they will become suspects.
No,
so
but
everybody.
I'm not talking about it.
Yeah. So the people from the vehicle, if I was even one of them, in a case, I'm not saying that they did not stab anybody, because these guys they know how to make a mess of what someone is saying. In a case that they actually did stab, if I was one of the person and I saw that you killed some of the people that I want to travel with, or some of my brothers, how do you want me to come and be testifying that they actually stabbed somebody? If you ask me, I would definitely say it's a lie. So there is no case they can make because they have killed those people.
Yeah, also the reason why even alive, the ones that were not killed, I don't know their numbers. I'm just using where I only know of one that wasn't killed. Is because he wasn't an Hausa person. It's not. I don't know where he's from, but it's because he wasn't an Hausa person. That was why he wasn't killed. And that is why
there was also a video of the survivors who narrated. Is it that same thing? Is it that same one you're talking about?
There's another guy that was
Okay.
Yeah.
So go on. Make your submission so that.
So that was exactly what you are saying now is the reason I'm saying that their case should be made public. And you know the beautiful thing about this happening, the advantage about this is how this matter has been addressed and has been criticized across borders, and the way the Northerner responded to it, which is an example for the Southern leaders to also look at. Now, herdsmen crisis is everywhere. You can if herdsmen crisis can be down Bayelsa State. Bayelsa State.
Sorry, Bamidele, don't be offended. Jack, please, don't be offended. Bring up one guy. He said his budget that he has been requesting. I do not see some of the requests for some reasons that I cannot explain. So please, if you can see him, bring him up. Thank you. So go on,
Bamidele, I have a question for you when you are done.
Okay, no problem. All right. So, if we are having the herdsmen crisis as far down south Bayelsa, Bayelsa is the base of Nigeria. Bayelsa is the last point, is the kisser of the Atlantic Ocean in Nigeria, down there. As far down from the north to south, if we are having crises, reoccurring crises about herdsmen ravaging the farms, and people are crying, people are complaining, and we are not seeing a pragmatic approach. We are not seeing the southern leaders standing up, creating a board to address this situation, to call the northern leaders to checkmate this thing. It is poor on the southern part of us, alongside the citizens also that are not calling their leaders to book. You can see the response. When it comes to insurgency in Nigeria, let's say terrorism, the whole country are those combating it. The people in the military are from different parts of the country that are giving their life, sacrificing their life to secure Nigeria. So as much as the whole country is concerned about the terrorism that is happening in the north, everybody should be concerned about the herdsmen crisis that is happening down south. Well, we know how this thing was moving. At first, it was just the north, you hear cattle rustling and all of that, and we all feel like probably it's from Chad, Niger. These people are from this part that is disturbing the northern Nigeria. At a point, it went to the middle belt. You start hearing it in Benue and Niger, all these places. At a point, you start hearing it in the south, in the west. Now, east, here, south now. This thing is spreading. It calls for serious attention. And look at our leaders. And talking to the topic that are the northerners prioritized, and I will turn that topic the other side. Are the south not prioritized? It's a question that should be asked. If every day we are hearing some person die in southern communities, is it until the people themselves of those communities start defending themselves that people will start talking? Is that what we want them to yield to? Which is, it won't be safe. The very moment you start defending that, they start defending themselves. I myself have criticized some person killing cows in the east because the video was there and I really felt bad. It was gruesome. Had it been the way the video, how this Uromi 16 happened, the video of how people were being killed on the farm, ladies were raped, things were being put in their private part. Had it been those videos can go into circulation, it can be captured. Do you know what will be happening in Nigeria now? It is because this is being captured. That's why we are like this. And because those ones are hidden, that's why people are not so triggered. So things are happening, and our leaders need to be called to respond, not to act weak. It's about the security of the people. That is why they are there. They are standing in for the people to address situation that concerns them. And many times has the Red Chamber taking this matter serious. How is it a thing that is boggling everybody's mind on how they can solve the safety of the primary producers of the country? Because our farmers are the primary producers of our country. And if things start getting imbalanced, it affects our food productivity. It affects food security. And as well, our herdsmen also, they are primary producers also. They produce meat for us. So if things go bad, it will affect our food security, which means this is an economic challenge that needs to be addressed. It's not just communal conflict. It is an economic issue. So on that note, our leaders are not doing so well. I would laud the governor of Edo State for how he has approached this situation. And it is exemplary because it shows the crisis management skill of the South. And it has always been said that the South knows how to come to table to dialogue instead of going into violence. And that is why the South has always been seen as probably weak. When things happen, they know that they won't just go, they are not that volatile like the North. It is an open secret that the North is volatile. I would consider myself a Nigerian. I'm not describing the North, but it is an open secret. We know ourselves. So we shouldn't push the South to the wall before responding. So, what's it called? The governor of Edo State going to Kano to address this issue is good because one of the luck that we have as a nation was because this thing happened during Ramadan. Probably it could have been worse because the North was fasting. It was a festive period, so they could not just respond to it. Probably that is why it was calm. And the quick approach of the governor to it, to go there, settle it, and make sure this thing are calm, and all of us giving our voice is good for us as a nation. But as much as the North sees how we address this, how we responded to this, they should also put themselves together to respond to what is happening in the South. You can't be a Nigerian and something is happening down south and you are not talking about it. And each time people point at the perpetrators, they are pointing to the North. This is not just about the North, it is about the country. And if we are talking, we should be talking in preserving our country when it comes to unity and prosperity. So the North should see how the South responded to what happened to them. And they should always also be responding to what happens to the South when the North is being pointed to. So it is a call to the representative of the South to call in their colleague who are the representative of the North to see how they can solve the challenge of the South that is being triggered, that I would say that is being perpetrated by the North, by the Northern representatives. So to what the governor has done has really helped in de-escalating the situation of the Uromi 19. But as much as that, as much as we know that the North will protect their own, the South should also protect their own in making sure that that case is being made public. We want to know what happened to them. We want to know what really happened inside the case. There should be an insider view that projects it to the public. So now to the solution. Now, some persons have been recommending open grazing should be banned. I will tell you, open grazing cannot be banned. It's just the bitter truth, and it's an open secret that our Fulani herdsmen, or should I say our herdsmen, that provides us with meat. One peculiarity about them is that they are nomadic. You can't curb them. You can't hold them down. So if
Wait. What are you saying? The open grazing cannot be banned.
it cannot work.
So if you make a law, wait, calm down. If you make a law saying nobody should open graze, you are giving these people right to go and graze there because you believe they're untouchable or what?
Alfonso, there are states in Nigeria where they ban open grazing, but these guys are moving around.
So, who do you blame for this? The government who is not going to enforce it, or you say thinking that it cannot just be banned? To be honest with you, if the federal government, for example, if the government of Anambra State says nobody should cross this line, nobody crosses that place. So how is it that it's only when it affects the people that you are telling me that I cannot? I mean, I don't understand. We have seen so many laws. Yeah, go on.
I will elaborate on it. You see why I said it cannot work. Our herdsmen are not civilized as we. They are bushmen. They stay in the
So are you making excuses for them?
I'm not making excuses for them. I'm portraying a justification for what
No. Since they are not civilized, see.
I'm going to address the just question. Just give me time. Can you? I will explain everything. And the reason why I'm saying that cannot work, I will also present what can work. Because when you are proposing a solution to a situation, you must also look at the odds, and your policy or what the solution you are presenting has to be organic. That means you look at the system, look at the challenge, let the system state what can work for it, not just imposing a solution or a policy on it. The system must be the one that will give a direction to the policy you are creating. So when we look at the factors, our Fulani men not educated, our Fulani men, the way they manage things. See, when you go to the north, you see this same herdsmen, they fight themselves. There's a way they do conflict resolution. They will not be talk. They put to them, they fight themselves. That is the way they address it. If you have issue with them, the next thing is you people will fight it. And it's because they are not the educated one that wants to dialogue. That's not the way they are.
For me, to be honest with you, these excuses you're making, it doesn't hold any water. The person who wants to be criminal, no, calm down. The person who wants to be criminal should be arrested. I mean, sent to jail, dealt with. I mean, there's no excuses for these things.
Let me ask you a question. Alfonso,
yeah.
Are you aware that open grazing has been banned in some places in Nigeria?
Yeah, I'm aware. I'm aware.
And are you aware that the Fulani are still moving around freely?
This is not.
Alfonso, I beg one person to mute mic now. The echo is too much.
Okay, Bamidele, I think it's by your mic. So, Bamidele, to be honest with you, that is not the only law that Nigeria flaunts, right? I also know that marijuana is banned in Nigeria. I see a lot of people doing it openly. So it's not. That's not the only. I mean, the excuse you are giving, it does not really count on. It doesn't make any sense, to be honest with you. See, to be honest with you, see, I mean, what are you telling me here? That a government cannot stop. Tinubu can wake up and say subsidy is gone, and Nigerians will buy petrol from 250 naira to 1,000 naira. Heaven will not fall. But some few people who are not up to 5% of this population, you cannot put restriction to the way and manners they do their businesses because they are what? I mean, let us reason these things out now.
Alfonso, let me ask you a question so that you will lean towards the way I am probing this approach. Since the herdsmen has been killing people in Nigeria, how many have you seen held accountable for the murder, for people that are slain? How many?
Yeah, let me tell you, that is exactly why my anger is.
That is why I'm telling you that these are part of the odds. Why that approach will
Can I
not
join this
work.
discussion?
We are about solving the problem.
By the way,
Not
I see Celebrity Housewife has been here for so long. I never give her a mic to talk.
With that.
Is it just that I see her?
Wait, Grandmaster, who are you talking about?
Celebrity Housewife. I think she has been here before.
Okay. One second. Bamidele, just wrap up. Your solution, I don't take it.
that is
I
not the
reject it.
solution. Alfonso,
I reject it with everything
you
I
are
got.
jumping
Saying that
gun.
open grazing cannot be banned. I mean, I reject it with
You are
everything I
jumping
got.
gun. What you should ask me, Alfonso, is if open grazing banning open grazing cannot work. So how should we go? I've only told you. I didn't say that open grazing has been enacted, but it's not giving results. Our South leaders are not taking responsibility to ensure that this open grazing policy, banning of open grazing, is working. It's not working. In Bayelsa, you will see signboard. In a lot of places, they will even draw cow there, council cow, no grazing. You will see cow waka pass there. It's not working. And our people are going down into the earth. How do we solve it if this one is not working? That is a challenge. This is one of the challenges we are facing in Nigeria. Some people gave example of in Germany.
To be honest with you, Bamidele, to be honest with you, I don't know. You will still have time to make other submission, but to be honest with you, this your particular solution. I don't take it. I don't
That is
accept it.
not the solution.
No. Wait.
Alfonso,
Let me
you are
tell
not
you. Let me tell you
understanding
why.
what I'm saying.
When a
I'm not saying
government
that
makes a law, calm down. Let
saying
me
it's
tell
not
you.
working.
Wait. When a government makes a law and they are unwilling to enforce it, and you are telling me that they cannot enforce it, so you want them to make another law. What is the guarantee that it will be enforced? It will.
We are
So
listening
the
to
thing
you.
is this. The thing is this. If they have
In
made a law,
representation.
see, calm down. If they have made a law against open grazing, the right thing any human being should be doing is to asking them to go and enforce it in the first place. It has never been enforced. Not you giving excuses why it can never be enforced.
According to your topic, are northerners prioritized? Why is open grazing law existing and it's not being enacted? Are they sleeping? But are we going to be eating against the wall and crying that open is not working? Let's see another approach that can work, and that is what I want to talk about now. So let me just go there, since this is causing that particular
So
statement I made.
just you 1 minute to tell us what you have to say so that we'll move the mic. I mean, we have the word on this. Thank you.
No, wala. So since open grazing is not working, this is my own proposal. Most communities in Nigeria as a traditional ruler, and we have an organization which they've been trying to institutionalize in Nigeria, but it has been facing odds. That is the Hunters Association. These are the people that knows our forest, and this is synonymous to all communities. There are hunters in every community down. So in fact, it's an African thing. It's an African thing that happens in Africa. If not that, we've been ignoring things that has been governing us before the existence of us Western policies. We fail to create hybrid system. Rather, we are just copying and adopting, which is not working to our terrain. So we have hunters, and these people have been trying to get it accepted by the Red Chamber, so we can have an organization that is Hunters Association in Nigeria, which we need now. So apart from that, territories should be registered. Now, every community should have their land. They should know their identity. They should identify the size of their land, and should be registered as with the government as this territory. If this area is called Idori, register it with the law. All this map, all this place, these are parameter survey. These are borderline. This is we. Anybody that is crossing this border into our territory has to live by our laws, because it is time that you start holding people responsible for what is done. There is Mayeti Sala. which is the I think I would say the government body of the herdsmen in Nigeria, that needs to understand that, see, you will be responsible for the acts of your people. These are territory belonging to these people, and it has been registered as this area. So if an headman is entering into this territory, now the essence of registering this territory with the government, with the law enforcers, is so that they can present their community laws where it is being accepted. This will come with, don't eat our farms. If you eat our farm, you will pay for it. None of you should touch any lives in this place. Such laws that will be in the community law. And if you have this place registered, it is time we start digitizing our community. Where if you are in diaspora, once the law identifies your community, which normally it exists but it is not known, when they identify your community and there is a territory about it, people that is in the diaspora, because one reality about northern our communities here is that people are leaving the rural area and moving to the urban centers. When you go to some rural settlements, it's more like a ghost town, and it's going to be happening because of the downturn of the economy. So when you get our rural communities, people are not there. Nobody is speaking for them. A lot of things are happening in the rural communities. So when we approach in digitizing the rural communities,
Yeah, Bamidele, please wrap up. I think the 1 minute is
all
over.
right, thank you.
So just
So my
make
proposal
okay.
is territorial management, then putting the hunters in charge of the forest, identifying those that come into the communities via the forest, and ensuring that they register themselves as aliens in that community. So when anything happens, it is not the community that will fight for themselves. Since the communities has been registered with the law and they have a territory, the law enforcers can be activated if anything happens, if these people breaches the law that has been put on the land. And the hunters also will be responsible in identifying the new people in the forest and how they must come outside to identify themselves, that their presence in that community. So I think since you've given me 1 minute, I wanted to back those up, but I'll just give in the space for questions. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Jack, are you there?
I think Grandmaster wanted to ask me a question.
Wait. Is Jack there? Jack is not even here. Okay. Okay. Jack is not here. Oh no. Okay. Grant, please, can you wait so that we take two speakers, then you go. You ask your question. Okay. So, Lord Raf, you can go after Lord Raf. Celebrity housewife, right? After her, Admiral, then Maria. Okay, our win has also been here. So, Lord Raf, go please. Lord Raf, if you are saying anything, me, I can't hear you. I don't know whether others can hear you. What is happening? Can anybody hear me?
I cannot hear you.
But can you guys hear him?
I can hear you. I can hear you.
I mean, is Lord Raf talking or it?
That's Bamdele talking.
Okay. Let's go to the next speaker. Yeah, celebrity housewife. You can go.
No, SZ, not SY, SZ.
Okay. Bamidele, turn off your mic now.
It's really noisy here. Good morning from this side. Thank you, host, for allowing me to speak, and thank you, Grandmaster, for coming to my rescue. So, based on this topic of discourse, I would just be straight.
Hello, I don't know if you can hear me, please.
Please, can
My brother Raf, you have to wait
I don't know
now.
if you can hear me. I've been talking since, but
Yeah, we couldn't hear you when we called you, so you go after she finishes. Okay.
no, I've been on the space for long now. Please, I need to just
Yeah, we
hear
called
my
you now.
thoughts
Someone is
clearly.
already making submission now. You should have waited for the person to finish.
That what I'm saying. I was speaking, but you couldn't hear me. Then the next thing I
Yes, and
was
someone else you drop, so when someone else is making submission, so you want to stop or what?
I'm
Allow her
not
make
stopping her. I was in line
allow her
to
make submission. When she finishes, she gets back to you. It's not a difficult thing now. Please, I beg you.
wow.
Well, you say you are not stopped, so what have you ever actually done now? You have actually stopped her. You're shouting, "Wow!" Beg, celebrity housewife, you can go on.
Thank you very much. So I said, based on this topic of discourse, if the Northerners are being prioritized, well, I would say the Northerners are prioritized to an extent. They are prioritized on certain issues and they are not prioritized on other issues. Maybe like education, quality healthcare, and good life for them, for reasons best known to their leaders. But when it comes to some other aspects, like defending their rights, I would say they are prioritized. Okay, let's use this Uromi case. I'd like to pick some points from that incident. The mobs, why did they take law into their hands? Certain things have been happening and they've laid complaints, and it seems nothing is being done to address their challenge. We've been left alone as Nigerians. We've been left alone to face our fears for reasons best known to our leaders. So we now find ourselves not
Don't
trusting.
defend the celebrity. Hustling, please check your inbox.
Okay, we now find ourselves, we no longer trust each other, we no longer value human lives, there's no love among us, and we are each other's victim. However, let's look at some reality here. Amidst the insecurity challenges that have prevailed in that area for some time now, who would have been comfortable seeing people, traveling with arms when they are not security agents? Can my brothers travel from Delta State with guns, even if they are not displaying the guns, or even if they are not moving about with the gun in their car or in a public transport, knowing that they are Southerners? Can they travel from Delta State with guns, claiming to be hunters? Or even if they are hunters, can they freely travel to other states from Delta State with arms? It's just a question. So we have several videos of herdsmen destroying people's farmlands around the south and even in places in the north, using people's crops to feed their cows. So a lot of people are now scared to go to their farm. And those who manage to go and come back alive, they end up selling their products at outrageous prices, and it's affecting everybody. Some of these herders are on social media. They post these acts on their pages. Security agents give a blind eye to these things. We know that for those of us that travel for business purpose or the other, you can travel from the north without seeing random security checkpoints. But as soon as you are approaching the south, everywhere is saturated with checkpoints. We've seen cases where
Is that why they apprehended innocent these people and murdered them? Because of
Sir,
checkpoints.
No, we have a topic here, sir. Please. You see, sometimes we should give each other listening ear and allow each person to speak their reality. I have noticed that some of us, we quickly think that whoever is trying to raise some issues of the past, we are trying to justify those months. That's the last thing I will ever do. I cannot do that. I managed to summon the courage to watch the video yesterday. Then I managed also to watch because someone posted a video of that Deborah's stuff. So I managed to watch that video, and it is really scary. Whoever will support such action, whoever will stand in a place where a fellow human being is being beaten to the point of death, struggling for their life, and you are comfortable after seeing that you have put an end to the person's life, or some of them are even still struggling to breathe, then you pour fuel on them and burn them alive. Whoever can do that is a terrible human being. Such persons should be feared. So I'm not on that part. What I'm trying to say here is this: let us use our tongue to count our teeth based on incidents that have occurred before. This double standard justice system in our country, if nothing is done about it, we will keep falling victim. Today, some innocent men have lost their life in Uromi. We don't know who is next. Okay, we have seen some northerners that we always keep mute when these things are happening in other places. Everybody is coming out to rant now, and some persons are trying to create a narrative using this particular one as a case study. We cannot continue like this. What my point is that we must all collectively come out to call out appropriate authorities to sit up and serve justice to any culprit, regardless of who is affected. That's my point.
Austin, please,
I'm not going to talk
be
too
bringing
much.
up people. Sorry, celebrity, continue. Don't be offended. Austin, be bringing up people, please.
Okay, so like I said, I'm not here to talk too much. I just want to appeal to us as Nigerians, as human beings. Whether you are Northerner or Southerner, everything that have been happening and everything that is still happening is affecting, have one effect or the other on an average Nigerian. We should stop applying sentiments and emotions and call out the appropriate authorities to sit up. The reason these things keep occurring and reoccurring is because those who are supposed to be security agents, those who are supposed to be in charge of security, are not doing their job. And the truth remains that nobody is safe. No one is safe. I am not in support of jungle justice, because as a person, I have lost a loved one to this jungle justice of the thing. And no amount of sorry or apology can bring that person to life. It has happened today. Who knows the next victim tomorrow? So please, let us learn how to call out those that are in charge of security. Thank you.
Yeah, go on, Ralph, right? What is that?
Yeah, thank
Okay,
you.
so when am
I
I
don't know
going
if
to
you can
speak?
hear me now.
Yeah, Awin, you are going after, immediately after.
I've been here for quite some time.
He said?
I've been here for almost 1 hour plus.
Yes, yes. I mean, it's a kind of elaborate conversation, and I give people time, and I don't want to start reducing the time. So just let this guy go after him, so that when it's your turn, you still have enough to time to express yourself. So let this guy go after him. I think it's one other person. Then you go. Yeah. So Ralph.
All right,
All
thank
right.
you.
Thank you.
The first thing I'd like to state is um, we are here to rub minds, and nobody's ideas or thinking is superior to another. And because I've seen the way this space has been handled, and it seems like once you begin to bring certain points or thoughts, then you are being shouted down.
Again, can you make your points, please? I beg you. You're not here to assess the space, please. If you want to make the point on what you are discussing, please do. We're not after the space. We can analyze it, please. Let's not lose focus on what we are talking about here. We are looking at important issue, please. I beg you. Go on.
Alfonso, that statement was directed to you actually. I don't see.
Again, I don't want anybody to direct anything to me, right? I beg you, don't, please. If you want to contribute to what we are discussing, please do. If you don't want, um, uh, you can. I mean, other people have made submission that I don't agree with. So why is it that if you don't believe anybody will give you opportunity to speak here, why do you request for the mic in the first place? So just make your submission and let other people. Bamidele said something I disagree with 100%. At least, so go on.
So I'm wondering how many times you would interrupt me before I finish what I'm
I
saying.
said if you are
But
not going to
but
speak to
but
the issue,
down to the topic.
yeah.
Please just allow me speak. Down to the topic, are Northerners prioritized? And the question is yes, they're not just being prioritized. The system is rigged against the South. Um, when you look at everything, when it comes to even the government agencies, the way justice is being handled, you see that the system is rigged against the South. And we can go on different examples. Um, and it's sad when I listen to a lot of us here, and we've talked about the the 16 killed in Uromi, but nobody has addressed the sufferings of those killed in the South, apart from Bamidele, who came up and brought up an idea about um, what he talked about the lands and making it digital and all of that. The truth is that in Nigeria today, there's a two-tier justice system whereby a Fulani man is at the top, is the number one citizen in the country. Once you touch the Fulanis, the government come alive, and we can see people were killed in Enugu, people were killed all over the Middle Belt. Now the pandemic has spread down south, and the governors have been quiet, the president has been quiet, everybody has been quiet. But the moment 16 Northerners were killed, the whole government system came alive. You understand? And this is what happens every day. And when you look at the incidents that happen in the country today, whereby as a Southerner, you need to work twice as hard. As a Southerner, you need to, um, whether it's security agencies profiling you, you are seen with a laptop, you're a criminal, you're Yahoo boys, boys that normally are victim of the systems. The system gives them no option. They have no. Nigerians are hardworking people. Actually, there are people that are given the opportunity. They are willing to put in the work. You understand? But this there's practically nothing for a Nigerian today. Practically nothing. Our men today, they are playing sporty bets. Our women are doing um, prostitution of some sort because there's practically nothing to do to earn a living. And once these young people go into something, whether it's their or the rest, you see the way the law comes for them full time, whether it's the EFCC. The EFCC is only active in the south. The NDLEA, when even the Norths are known for drug abuse, the NDLEA is only active in the south. You talk about whether it's tax or whether it's following due process, registering your cars and all of that. And you come down south, if you drive a car that is not registered, you see the way the law comes on you. You go up north, um, nothing like that. The law is very relaxed, you understand? Or when it comes to government benefits or even participating in elections, up north, they would, from stories I've heard, you have these agencies moving door to door, registering people to vote. You come down south, 1 week after, you can't register to vote. You understand? So the system is systematically rigged against the south. And it's not just calling government out, because at this point, I feel that the government is, they know what they're doing. I think the government has declared war on the south, because there is nothing, as I am today, there's nothing I can say the Nigerian government does for me. There's practically nothing. And now I feel like there is a systemic um, move to instill fear in Southerners, because you look at the case of these vigilantes and young men who attacked these 16 passengers. Yeah, we condemn it and all that. But like Grandmaster was saying, can we not isolate it? How do you isolate a reaction that came from the actions of several activities happening within that community? It's easy for you to sit in Europe and then form you are more intellectually sound than when you come to, if you come and live in those communities, and then maybe on your wedding day, like the story I heard, the man coming back from his wedding and then he was kidnapped, his wife was raped, and then they demanded outrageous sums to release them. When you experience that reality, you might do worse than those young men. And it's sad that even Southerners are not speaking for Southerners. They are more concerned about being politically correct. I'm more concerned about being politically sound.
So, what does Southerners speaking for Southerners in this case mean? Supporting people that
Please,
innocent people.
stop interjecting me, please. Let me just get my thoughts out.
If you don't want to answer my question, you can as well leave the space. I mean, I ask you a simple question.
Allow him to answer.
You are acting as arrogant as.
Yeah, if you don't want to speak on this platform, it started by your own nonsense when you have not even spoken anything. You are telling me that I'm arrogant. I beg, if you don't want to speak on this platform, you are free to leave. It's as simple as that.
Ukudema, your mic is very bad though. Please, see, let me plead on everyone's that wants to speak. Please, we cannot try to tell people how to make submission. That's one thing. People are going to come and make submission according to their own opinion, right? I'm all for free speech. Let us speak here and let us identify how we are going to solve the issue. Chukwudi, please. He may not be sounding, he may not conform to your own ideology, but at least we should hear from him. You understand? Please, Raphael, please go on. Thank you.
No. I asked him a simple question. He became agitated. And Chan
He
was
was he
telling me
was he was
Mr.
actually
Alfonso,
making
you've
submission.
spoken down on me on this
very
case.
simple
You've said
question.
some
What does
really.
Southerners speaking? But was it the first person asking question here? Or is it the only person that people ask question here?
if I may continue, please, down
Sorry,
to
who's
the
making the submission currently? I don't even know who's speaking. Is that Rapture or Admiral?
Lord
is
Rapture.
Rapture making
Okay,
the
Lord
submission?
All right, go
Rapture,
ahead.
sorry.
Go ahead.
Rapture, yeah.
Okay, so that was one aspect of what I wanted to address, and then I also wanted to talk about the Uromo killings and all of that, because we've seen this mob justice happen over time. You understand? And I've spoken about the two-tier justice system we have in Nigeria, whereby we see people being killed, and then what matters most is where they come from, or who they are, or how connected they are, or how rich they are. Today in Nigeria, um, there's nothing like justice. Is a simple case of who do you know, and that's why somebody was even saying now people run to very dark man for justice, because nobody believes in the Nigerian system, to give them justice. So the only way of getting justice in Nigeria is if you're able to make the loudest noise, draw attention, and get justice, or if you're able to, know one big man, be able to get one very dark man to talk about your situation before you get justice. In that situation, all of you condemning the killers and condemning, mob justice, you then ask, what then do you expect these people to do? We've heard countless times where people say they'll catch these terrorists, they hand them over to the police, and then the next thing, you go there and you hear they've been transferred or they've been released. And then those people would remobilize and attack the community for handing them over to the police, and nothing is done. So in a situation where the government cannot give you justice, you cannot get justice from the court, you can't get justice anywhere, what do you then expect them to do? Do you expect every southerner to sit down, fold their arms, and be killed by herdsmen, while we come on space and talk, and people are dragging who is more smart, who is more intellect, who has more English, oh, I'm this and that? These things don't solve the issue. Because to me, I feel like for us to get solution is a matter of all of us speaking the same thing, irrespective of your opinion, irrespective of what you think. It's about all of us speaking the same thing and saying, no, this is what we want government to do. And then begin to push our governors, begin to push um, those in authority to represent us better. Because look at it this way, mob justice, we can, people talk about the case of Deborah. I even read something about even Sanusi being involved in mob and all of that, and we see the issues today. We see that the people that were arrested for the killing of Deborah, um, the case was like, I read something like the prosecutors did not show up and all of that, and then the guys were released and stuff like that. And then these 16 guys that were killed in Uromi, I'm very, very sure the full weight of the law is going to come down on them. And I feel these things are being done to make people in the South afraid. We have a case where a farmer being attacked by Fulani terrorists, a fight he did not ask for. The man attacked him. He was able to subdue the man and then kill the man. And then the Supreme Court sentenced him to death for a fight he did not ask for something that it was clearly self-defense. And I feel like these things is the government instilling fear in some sections of Nigerians, to tell you, the day a Fulani man attacks you and you subdue him and kill him, you'll be sentenced to death. So these are the things we need to address, and these are the things I feel are very important, because A lot is happening. People are dying. There is no day you come on, if you know people in certain areas in Nigeria today, there is no day you will not hear, oh, one thing happened, this one happened, or people trying to gather money to pay ransom, and the government is mute about it. Nothing is done. We just talk, post on X, and then things continue the same way. But the question is, how long will it continue? How long do we sit back and then allow the government fight us in this way? Because I feel like this is the government fighting us, fighting a section of the country. Because if the government were serious about doing something, they would definitely do something. If the government was serious about stopping this insecurity, they would have stopped the insecurity. Because we've seen the way the military acts when certain people from certain regions stand up and, try to do certain things or air their grievances in certain way. You see how active the government is. Just like in this case, look how active the government is. Look how everybody is talking. Even the governor of Edo State have gone to Kano State to tell us that his alliance is not even to the people. Because while they were killing people in Edo State, how many of those people did he call? How many of those people did he compensate? How many of those people, families, how many of those villages did he visit? Even someone on this space was saying how he went to go and facilitate with the Hausa communities. And then I asked, how many of the other communities that have been killed have you gone to facilitate with? So it clearly shows that the Northerners are prioritized and the Southerners are unprioritized. And instead of the Southerners coming together and knowing that the system is fighting them, the government is fighting them, because this is what it is. They are busy arguing, they are busy shutting each other down, they are busy doing Igbos versus Yoruba, they are busy talking about irrelevant things that don't matter. Because whether you believe it or not, whether you Alfonso, whether you Grandmaster believe it or not, the system is fighting all of us. If you're a Southerner on this platform, the system is fighting you. Because the day you go to a farm and somebody attacks you and he's Fulani and you subdue him and you mistakenly he dies in the process, you'll be sentenced to death. The day, maybe due to anger, you decide to take the laws into your hand, the weight of the law will come full on you. But others in certain regions, when they do these things, we see the government's mute, we see the government protect them. And those are the things we need to address. And it's not just by being politically correct on a space or trying to sound. It's about saying the truth. We need to call the truth. We don't need to be diplomatic about the truth. We might hate it, we might not like it, but we need to say the truth, because Nigeria is going bad. And a united South is the only hope of saving this country. And I yield the mic.
Okay, Grant, quickly check your inbox, please.
Yeah, I've seen it. Let me. I think it's actually my turn because you said two people
No,
go
it's
and
my
I'll go.
turn now. Grant, no, it's
It's
my
not
turn.
your
It's my
turn.
turn.
It's not really. I
It's
actually
my
had to
turn.
wait
It's
for two
Admiral's
people to
turn.
go. It's not true. I actually had to
It's
wait
my
for the
turn
last.
now. Didn't
It's
you hear
not
the
true.
cue?
It
I've
is
been
actually
waiting.
not true. It is not true. Ask Chukwudema. He's literally here.
I've been waiting. Alfonso, you called the
It
queue
is
like
not
3 times
true,
and I'm
my
next.
brother. That is not true. It is
You know,
actually
I,
my
I
turn.
don't I don't know when the skip date.
You remember when, what was it called? When Bamidele was finishing, he said he needed to ask him question. I said after two people go, he goes. You remember that? So that is what has happened.
But
Yes.
who goes?
I mean, Grant.
So thank you. It's my turn.
It's not your turn, sir.
I
With
just
all due
think here you have
respect.
to have big elbows. Everyone is in the queue and they've
It's
called the
not
queue.
your
They said
turn, sir.
after.
With all due respect, it's not your
It's my
turn, sir.
turn. It's my
It
turn,
is
Grant.
not. It is
It is
literally
my
not your
turn.
turn.
He
It is
called
not.
my name. I don't know why
All right.
you.
Okay. Thank you very much. Since you don't want me to speak, let me now make my submission. You see, I don't want to do this, but I don't have time to start arguing with you. You're not gonna come up here, and then try to barge your way through the queue. I have been here since literally the onset when this case was open. So, Oga, mute your
People
mic, I beg.
that want
Mute
justice
your,
in Nigeria.
mute your mic. Mute your mic, Jerry. Yeah,
Alfonso,
yeah.
I don't know. Is
Mute
it that
your
your
mic now. You know the hear word. Do you want me to start engaging in the back and forth? I don't have time for this. Please mute your mic. I beg
no
you, Jerry.
Grant? No, no, no. They
Who
will
is
have to
even
drop
engaging me?
me.
Sir? Is he Admiral or something? I don't know who's
Is
talking.
Admiral that is speaking?
Oga, mute your mic. Make I
It's
talk.
my
Now my
turn to
turn to
speak. Why
talk.
should I mute my mic?
All right. Thank you very much. So let me get to the last speaker, Lord Rapture. Thank you very much for that submission. As you were speaking, I was actually just cracking up because I have never seen so much contradictions, so much hypocrisy in a single submission. I had never seen so much hypocrisy. Let me even start. You made your entire submission about Fulanis, but at no point in time did you acknowledge that the people who were killed in Uromi were Hausa people. As you were speaking, I had to literally go to your profile. And the first post I saw there is a video of somebody who is saying, let me quote, a post by Sumto Okonkwo, and is in quotes. It says, those Fulani people were not hunters, but terrorists that has been killing our people and destroying our communities in Edo State. Quote closed. Edo man says about what transpired in Uromi. Merely looking at this particular post, you see everything that is wrong with the discussion we have here today. First of all, the people you killed were not Fulani people. That is number one. They were not Fulani people. Number two, they were not the people who were terrorizing you in Edo State. They were travelers. Number three, you understand, they are not the ones who are destroying your community. This is the level of ignorance that you guys come on this app to come and push. And you push it with so much, soft tone and everything that people start to believe that what you guys are actually saying makes sense. But the more you people speak, the more we get to realize how ignorant some of you actually are. Lord Rapture, you are very ignorant. Because I've said this multiple times, that your inability, many of you here, your inability to isolate issues and deal with issues as isolated cases is what is bothering many of you today as it stands today. You came and you talked about how the police in the southern part of Nigeria profiles you, but you are here supporting vigilantes profiling northerners who are traveling and killing them. The same thing you are complaining about that people are doing. You see, my brother Afonso, make I mute this guy because they disturb me before I make me mute, but I know they like me people. I love the double standard. I love the pretense. I love the hypocrisy. All of these people who are coming here to talk about, how it is okay, and I love the example you used, Afonso, when you spoke earlier about South Africa, and how every Nigerian rallied around and condemned the xenophobic attack on South Africans. In as much as we know that there are Nigerians in South Africa who peddle drugs in South Africa, who engage in nefarious activities in South Africa that may justify people coming, but people will look at this and say, no, you don't punish people for crimes that others committed. No matter how much we say these things, it will enter into one ear and it will leave the other ear. But you see, I laugh because I love the precedent you guys are setting. I want to understand the kind of country that you people are looking forward to, where you actually profile people. And that was the question I wanted to ask Bamidele, because Bamidele brought an angle to this discussion that I didn't even know about. He was talking about that when they were caught, it wasn't only Northerners who were in that district. I needed him to provide more information on this. I've been researching to see if I can find information on this. Unfortunately, I've not found anything. That it wasn't only Northerners. So they let others go who were not Northerners and focused on the Northerners. Explain to me ethnic profiling. The same thing many of you go they cry about here on this app. Say, then they profile Luna for here. You are okay with citizens of this country being profiled. They have not committed any crime. You did not catch them in the act of committing any crime. They are just simply profiled. And if they were profiled because they were Northerners and killed, this case becomes even worse. It becomes even worse because now we are beginning to establish motives behind the killings. It wasn't because of an act they committed. It wasn't because of an offense that they committed or perceived offense they were going to commit. It was because of who they were. And all this thing draws my attention back to Kristallnacht. Kristallnacht was the night that, members of the Waffen SS in Hitler's this thing, and what do you call them? Schutzstaffel and Sturmabteilung and Hitler Youth stormed Jewish quarters and massacred them. It's literally called Kristallnacht because of the broken bottles that they left when they smashed entire, blocks that where the Jews live. They killed and massacred people because they blamed them for what other people possibly did. One of the worst profiling that has ever happened. This is the country we are now clamoring for. A country that is based on, this person is going to do this. Let me act. Preemptive actions before the person does this. And then one of the acts you're going to take is to kill that person. See, you people can come up here and talk about this from beginning to end. You will never get me to accept that the wanton waste of 16 lives that you have not pinned any crime on will be justified. You can come and rigmarole, you can come and draw sentiment, you can come and put Fulanis into it and talk about what happened in destruction of Uromi properties or whatever, or what has happened in a Hamufu, and try to emotionally blackmail people. It will not be me. It won't be me. I am not that kind of person. I am way above that nonsense. You will not get me to a point where I will have to accept that citizens can now take laws into their hands, pick anybody they want, based on suspicion, based on feelings or sentiment, or what may have happened in the past, and then place judgment on them and become the jury and the executioner. I want to know the kind of country you people actually clamor for when this kind of actions start being replicated across the country. And it is funny that it is some of us who are the loudest about profiling. We were here crying in 2023. They were looking for Igbos and telling Igbos they cannot vote. Oh, what a travesty. What a breach of the Constitution. Every Igbo person has the right to be everywhere in Nigeria and vote everywhere they see themselves in Nigeria, as long as they are there legally and they are living like a normal Nigerian citizen. But it is okay now for me to come and look away, kill all my humanity, and then assume that people who were caught for committing no crime, while committing no crime, can be killed, and then you come and saturate it with sentiments of you are Southerners. Yeah, look at what they are doing to them. Look at what they are doing to us. They are profiling us. It will never be me and you. It will never happen. It won't happen. You people can sell this nonsense to other people, not to me. It will not happen. You understand what I'm talking about? It no fit happen. The killing of Uromi, the killing of the Hausa travelers, I will keep repeating it, the Hausa travelers in Uromi stands condemned and is a travesty. It of any country should never live to witness. It is wrong. You will not die if you say it is wrong, and at the same time acknowledge that there are criminals who are marauding through the southern part of Nigeria and then destroying lives and properties, and then ask for solution for those things. That is why I keep hammering on isolate, isolate, isolate. If you don't isolate, you fall into the trap of modeling the entire issue, where you go and bring issue that happened in Ehamufu, or something that happened in Nkalaha, or something that happened in Delta State, or something that happened in Edo State, and try to use it as a justification for what happened in Uromi. That is where the problem starts.
Grandmaster,
Sorry, I'm not done. Please, I'm not done. When I'm done, I will let you know. I want to just, I'll be done very soon, please, because I'll be going back to work very soon. So, you cannot do this. Maybe you people can justify this in your own gathering. I don't care. It's your problem. It's just that I want to see what your reaction will be next time if this shoe happens to be in the other foot. Because all of us, we come here, they shout, Deborah, Deborah, they killed Deborah. And we actually condemned it, and rightfully so. Today are okay with 16 innocent, I keep mentioning that in innocent Hausa travelers being pulled out of a vehicle and massacred because they are Northerners. You people are funny. You people are jokers. You know, I want to see. And you see, it's funny that somebody comes here and tells me, you stay in Europe and you say this, you sound intellectual. Okay, I will forever sound intellectual. If that is what is threatening you, please let it continue to threaten you. I will spit the truth in your eyes and you will accept them. You understand? I will be in that Europe because you see, based on what I have noticed, these genocidaires, people who incite, are always sitting in faraway countries, inciting. Somebody came up here and was praising the people the vigilante people that killed them. I want you, Mr. Waiting be your name again, Lord Rapunzel Abina, waiting be Rapture. Why don't you go and be one of the killers? Why don't you rather be one of the killers? Because today they are sitting their asses in jail and they will be taken to court and they may end up spending their entire life in jail. No, it is only good for you to stay in the corner and incite and call for killing of innocent people. You don't want to be a party to the killing. Somebody else will do the dirty job for you. This is what intellectually lazy people are known for. People who are very good at manipulating others, but will never take this thing by their hands and then do it themselves. I want you to go there and be there. Because the same Uromi people that you are coming here to justify the reason why they needed to kill innocent Hausa travelers are already beginning to apologize because they understand the graveness of what they did. They are beginning to understand their mistake, that it was a very wrong move at a very wrong time. And they are beginning to apologize. And you don't see them now coming here to continue justifying this thing. The only people who are still coming here to justify this are people that have no stake in this. Now, you come up here, you talk about, they are prioritized. Yes, they are prioritized. But the question you should be asking yourself is this. When they were being prioritized, what were your leaders doing? Your own leaders. Today in Nigeria, we have the penal code in the north, and we have the criminal code in the south. When these things were being deliberated in the National Assembly, where were your leaders? Where were your leaders? Were they not aware? Or are you coming here to tell us that these things, this right, or let me say this privilege that the Northerners are enjoying came out of nowhere? Northerners managed to infuse Sharia inside the constitution of this country under an Obasanjo regime. A Southerner and a Christian, where were your leaders? Why didn't your leaders do anything to stop them? They were too divided to even make a simple move in that House of Representatives. But today you want to come and then tell the Northerners that, oh, they are being treated differently, they have something, but their own leaders stand up and fight for them. I said this initially, at first when I spoke, that when Northerners speak, they are very selfish, especially when it comes to politics and everything. You keep hearing and saying, in the interest of the North, in the interest of the North. Why are your own leaders never coming up to say in the interest of the South, in the interest of the Igbos, the interest of the Yorubas? All your leaders are sellouts. You are coming up here to come and chastise the people who are beneficiary of a system that is skewed to their own advantage. When your leaders also contribute, I spoke here in the morning when I first spoke initially, that Peter Obi is our leader. And Nkalaha was born in about 3 weeks ago, or 4 weeks ago, or 5 weeks ago. The same thing with Ehamufu. I don't think till today, Peter Obi has made a single tweet, or any Igbo leader, or Hanez and Igbo, or anybody has made a single tweet to say, what is going on in Nkalaha? Peace must be restored immediately and as a matter of urgency. But they tweeted about the killing in Uromi. Who is making somebody more important in this country? That is the question we should be asking you people. Who is making somebody more important? The governor of Ebonyi State, when people were killed in Nkalaha, came and said that the people that committed the crime, even with no evidence, we are not Northerners, we are not Fulanese. Even when the people in that community were telling them that these are the people we saw, he threw his own people under the bus in the full glare of the whole world. The local government chairman of Isuzo came on a space and put the blame of the killings of Ihamufu on his own people. Even when all of them, people in the village are saying, we know the people that attacked us. These are the people that attacked us. Why are you not angry at your own leaders for failing you? Why are you angry at the northern leaders for speaking out for their own people? Because the moment these 16 people were killed, all of them, sat up and started tweeting and making noise about it, banging the table and saying that we are not going to accept it. Because to them, their own people mean something. The question is, your own leaders, why are they doing it? So why are you antagonizing those that their people are fighting for? And you're absolving your own leaders of every blame. Let me end with this. I love the whole entire, if we don't do something about this jungle justice will continue. People will always take out their anger on every other person else. You will take out your anger on innocent people. This is the country we want to live in, right? You will take out your anger. But you have leaders that you are supposed to be holding responsible for your own failures. When you see them, you do rankadede. When you see them, you become political psychopath and otimbu. You are raising your two hands up for them and telling them, hey, Baba Hafan, anything for your boys. These are the people that you could see. You cannot hold those people responsible. The people you hold responsible are innocent outside travelers who are passing through your location and you alight them and then you burn them. These are the innocent people you hold responsible for your own failure and the failures of your own leaders. And you say we should not talk about this. I'll stop with this. If this is the country you guys want to live in, where you guys are all hypocritical, you only react to issues when it affects you, or when the shoe is on the other foot, go ahead and live in that country. Go ahead and live in that country. I don't care. Personally, I don't live in the country. Personally, I ain't supposed to have stake there. I have my own life to live, and my own life is already made out for me and my children. But the point I'm making is this: be very careful what you say, because the things you say may come back to haunt you tomorrow. Go ahead and justify jungle justice. All of a sudden, jungle justice is no longer a problem. But it was a problem when Deborah was killed. But today, there are reasons why it could happen. And maybe this one, maybe that. Now we are justifying the wanton waste of innocent lives. Innocent lives. Because you don't like the Northerners. No wahala. Make we not continue. Hustling, I beg. I give you back the mic, I beg. Help me moderate the space. I sleep with a request.
Okay. Grand, before you leave, I wanted to.
I know they leave. I did here. Just want.
Okay.
Just
I
be
wanted
quiet.
see, Grand. First, I don't think anybody here. I haven't justified that killing. First, you understand me? But I know we are different people. We see things differently. But I want to take you. I know I didn't study physics much, but there's this Newton third law of motion that states that for every action there is an equal and opposite reaction, right? And now, if we even try to say, okay, let us go beyond the physics.
So
I
sorry.
also
Can you hear me hustling?
I can hear you, yeah.
I can't mute my mic. Alfonso, can you hear me? And I think Alfonso is having a network issue. Alfonso, are you there?
I think yeah. I
He's
can hear
not.
you, Grant.
He's
Can you
having
hear me?
issue. I can't even mute my mic. He needs to take me down and bring me back up because I can't mute my mic.
Grandmaster, I cannot meet your mic.
I can't mute you.
I don't know.
Admira,
I
don't
don't know.
don't cost my mic. No worry.
Maybe
Abeg, help me take me down, bring me back up again.
maybe you can leave and come back. What do you think?
Okay.
Yeah. Chukudema, try and bring him up because I want to. Okay. Maybe he's here. Chukudema, is he requesting? Okay, yeah. Okay, Grand, are you there? Hello? Okay. Thank you. So Grand, as I was saying, I read little physics, and like I said, I love listening to your submission. But this I tend to disagree with you, and I will give you instances. Let me use Newton third law of motion. For every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction. Then, Grant, also I remember that people that study psychology, there's also this popular law. They call it the law of cause and effect, which in a kind of way translate that people are going to act as a result of their past experiences. And that is the point you are missing in this incident that happened in Uromi. That's the point I believe that you are missing. You are seeing it in a way that people are trying to justify what happened. Nobody is justifying that action. That
Austin, stop saying nobody is justifying. People are
I am
literally
not.
here
I don't.
justifying it.
I'm
You
talking
can
for
say you are
myself.
not justifying. People have justified it.
Chukwudema.
People have defended them,
Okay,
saying they are
okay,
fighting for their right. You are saying nobody is justifying it.
okay. Chukwudema.
You can say
Me
you are not
personally.
justifying it. It's understandable by me. But
Okay,
nobody is
thank you so
justifying
much.
it. People, even on this
Chukwudema.
space, the last speaker justified it.
Chukwudema. Thank you so much. Me, I'm not justifying what happened in Uromi, but at least I'm intelligent enough to understand there are causal agents to that thing that happened. There is a reason that thing happened. And I believe that all of us here are missing that critical point. Just like I've stated in, there's a law of cause and effect. You cannot, grandmaster say always talk about isolating a problem. Grandmaster, if this problem is presented on your table right now, this lynching, how do you isolate this problem in a kind of way by factoring out what has been going on in that region? Like, I understand, like, we are trying to understand each other here, but I don't justify the killing. At the same time, I'm going to look at it in a different way because there is a reason for that. Like it or not, there is a reason that that thing happened. They do not used to lynch Hausa people traveling along Uromi. If it has ever happened before, somebody put city on the jumbo throne. Do you understand me? There's a reason it happened. While isolating that, just like I gave you instances before, you made mention of isolating a particular problem. Grandmaster, how can you isolate this problem without looking at the causal effect of this problem? Because it doesn't make sense. You cannot in a way try to like rumble it up and at the end of the day you say this is the solution. And you said that the governor of Edo State already started doing something. And grandmaster, I want to ask you, sincerely and genuinely, do you think that is the lasting solution to this particular problem? It is not. It is not a permanent solution. You people are just after temporary solution, and that is never going to solve this problem. And that's why I keep on repeating
people killed lots of soldiers. And then look at what the government did. The government bombed them, bombed all of them. And the government was like, okay. And then they came and cried, say, oh, we are innocent, we are innocent. The government was like, yeah, we've discovered that you guys are terrorists. And when we bomb you guys to come and start crying that you are innocent hunters, no problem. We will just call you guys casualties. Because the government learned its lessons. Profiling is a thing of survival. If you don't profile, you will die. Anyway, we're having this space here. Is this space? If you check, majority of us are speaking on this space. Even those that are against, those are for the motion, that are against. Majority of them are Southerners, and that's because we have conversations concerning these things. When they kill your own people, when they kill Southerners in their states, they don't come and create space. Let's discuss why these people are killed. We have them here on Twitter. They don't come and discuss, oh, let's know. In fact, if they should even create the space, they won't even speak English. You are not even welcome to the conversation because by nature of the conversation, you cannot come in. They will speak either they speak Hausa or they speak their language, whatever. They will not speak an inclusive language. And if you come and give submission and say, no, they will drop you. It's only in the South that this idea exists. That, oh, we can all rub minds together. Let us be peaceful. Oh, we are all one. Oh, we are together. But over there, they don't see us as one. They don't. It is us versus them. Us versus them. Are you not seeing the uproar? They killed a few Northerners, all of them at once. Consistency. But look at it in the South. They've been killing your own people. Some of you are saying, even your governor will come out and say, it's my own people. Can you see? It's there. Here in the South, we are feeling like, oh, let us be one. Let us be inclusive. Yeah, we are. But they don't feel that way. They have. If you've worked with a Fulani man in an office space before, you understand how it is. They have this idea that they are. I worked with one of them. I put him in his place though. But he had this idea that even if he doesn't know the job, even if he does not know anything, even if he's not qualified, it is his right. It is right to speak. Whatever he says is final. And I changed it for him. I said, guy, we've been here before you. We understand this job better than you. But the fact that some of your own people will be the ones say, keep quiet now. These people are our leaders. All right. Hunter crisis with villagers. In the north, in Zamfara State in 2019, a group of local hunters had issues with the people in the community. They killed lots of those hunters. Why? These people over there in the north, they profile. They know how to preserve themselves. They see you coming with gun in their community, they fight you. They profile. But over here in the south, you don't want to profile, right? You want to be politically correct. Let's go forward. In 2020, in Castina village, there was clash again between in Fasakari local government area. Over 20 hunters were killed because the people in the community were suspecting them to be what? To be bandits. That was profiling. They have these clashes in their own side. But when it happened in the south, Southerners.
What did you call it? Clashes, right? What happened in Uromi? Was
Of
it
course,
clash?
now, of course, there is clashes with jungle justice, with
What happened
whatever.
in Uromi? Was it clash? You like drawing
You say
false
what?
equivalence. What happened in Uromi? Was it a clash? Or are you just
Yes, it
enjoying
was a
drawing
clash.
false? It was a
It was a
clash.
clash. It was a clash. Can I go on?
What happened in Uromi was a clash.
Yes, it was a clash. It was a clash. Thank you.
Between who and who? Between who and who?
Yeah.
No, you
So
cannot go on.
no.
Chukwudi, allow him to
Okay,
finish now.
between those travelers, and the people, the vigilantes.
And say, let me just go
Allow,
on.
allow, allow.
No,
If
I'm
I'm
not
not,
allowing you to do
allow me
anything.
to draw it. I
Calm
not
down,
call other
calm
people
down.
out when
It's
they
a
are
clash
doing
between
their.
who and who? Wait. What happened in Uromi was a clash between who and who?
Okay, between the travelers and the vigilantes.
Chukwudima, let him finish. Just let him finish. So we can ask him questions. So I can move to other people.
Thank
Because
you. Thank you. 2023, in Sokoto State, Northern City, Usman Buddha, a butcher, was killed by a mob. on June 25th, 2023, over alleged blasphemy. Well, he was not really a hunter, but he was a butcher. He was found with a knife. And the mob were suspecting they were thinking his intentions was, because they saw the knife, the mob suspecting, I'm reading it from an article, the mob suspecting his intentions due to the weapon and the sensitive accusation stoned him to death. They profiled him. But yeah, you cannot profile. Anyway, March 2022 in Kebbi
Okay,
State.
is it fair if I say there's also a clash between the guy and the
Yeah, yes, it's a clash. It's a clash. Thank you. Can I continue? If whatever you say
yeah, you
it
can
is.
continue.
Thank you. Yeah. Thank you. In Kebbi State, northwest Nigeria, at least 62 vigilantes and hunters were killed by their own brethren. The group is called the Yan Sakai Vigilante Network. You can go and find it out. But because they saw them with gun, they were armed, they provided them.
Killed by their own brethren. What do you mean by their own brethren?
I
Sorry.
don't know. The people that killed them were not Southerners. I don't know.
Bro,
Were
give
they
me
not
something
Northerners?
to work with, man. Your
I've
information
given you.
did
Okay,
too
let me
vague
give
for
you
my
their name.
liking,
Let
man.
me
Give
give
me
you the
something
group.
to
Let me
work
give you
with,
their
I
name.
beg.
Let me give
No,
you their name.
if you can bring up these things, man, you should understand more what you are referencing. Who killed them? Who are the people that killed them? That's all I want to know.
It is still the same people that are living with them that killed them now. What do you want me to say again? It's the same people that are living with them.
Okay,
Should
so
I?
they profiled each other, Abi. They profiled each other.
Yes, they profiled them. That's why they killed them. They were armed. Thank you. So we have had incidences like this. Even our own government has had incidences like this, where they failed to profile the Nigerian, a group of people. Oh, they are praying friendly. Imagine the government saying, the Nigerian is saying some people are praying friendly. You see them with weapons, they are friendly, they are appearing friendly until they start killing you. Before you now say, wow, they are not friendly. In the south, you see people with weapons. They don't used to appear friendly. Sharp. They have carried helicopter and start bombing you. Sharp. They have carried fighter jet and start burning you. You can never appear friendly. But over there in the north,
Who are those
you
people that are friendly in the south that they are using helicopter to bomb? Can you give me specifics? Thank you.
you can ask your question when I'm done, please. Let me give my submission. All
No,
right.
I want to ask you now that you are
Allow me
speaking. At
to
least,
give allow me to
no,
give
at least I can interject you now. Please now, no, don't make this too difficult. If you are just asking for context so that we can follow your submission. Jesus Christ,
by
why are
that
you
time
guys
they've
always
already had
agitated?
losses. Let us say so bringing the case of Deborah Samuel. I
Who
don't know
are
why.
the people in the south that they are bombing with helicopter? That was the question I asked. Please give me something to work with. Your
Allow
information is
me
too vague
now.
for my liking.
Allow me to
You
give
are,
my
you are
submission.
giving
Then
a
you ask me a
submission
question.
and we're
What's
asking
this?
for
What
context.
is
I can
this?
ask you
If it's you, you would
for
have muted
context.
people.
Oh God, I haven't even muted you. What the fuck are you talking about? I'm
If
asking you
it's
for
no, if
context.
it's
You're
you, if
making a
you were not
submission.
giving your submission and they were interrupting you would have muted
No,
people.
I
You
am
don't
not
like
asking you for
interjections, but
context
you interject
now.
other people.
You said something. I don't want to come back after you are
Is
done and
it
start
will
asking
I
for
is
this
it
thing.
everything I
It's not
say
wasting
you
time
ask
again.
question? Allow me to give my submission before you ask
I
me
want to
question.
ask you the question for God's sake. I'm the co-host. Can I ask you a question as a co-host? I'm waiting up for you now.
Oh
Which
God.
kind of nonsense be this? You are giving submission and I'm asking for context. Can you
Oh
tell
God.
us the people you are talking
Oh God.
about so that we can follow your submission? Who are
Oh,
the people in the south that were bombed or killed
oh
for
God.
what they said? I want to
Oh
know
God.
because they are
Okay.
friendly.
Must I answer the question? Because all
And
right,
don't
I
bring
refuse
it
to
up
answer.
if you cannot clarify what you are
I will
talking
bring it
about.
up. I refuse to answer the question, but I will still bring it up. Can I continue my submission?
You refuse to answer the question.
Yes, I refuse.
Okay.
Now,
Oh Allah. Look, I
yeah,
just mute my mic.
yeah, yeah. So now, those people comparing Deborah Samuel's case. Deborah Samuel, she's a northerner. If you are going to compare, you should use another incident. Like